Welcome to the 10th session of Business Statistics Part 2. In the present session, we will discuss one more illustration which is related to the grouped data or the table correlation method. So, this is a bivariate table, and by looking at this, we can understand that this is a table correlation method or the multivariate table that we can see. You should calculate the correlation coefficient based on these values. So by assuming 65 and 25 as the assumed mean for x and y respectively, the calculation can be continued, and the values of f into dx into dy, that is which is present in the brackets of each cell beside the frequencies, we can calculate the f dx dy values through this method. And dx values here refers to, as this is a continuous series, the mid value minus assumed mean divided by class interval will give us the value of dx, that is x minus x bar divided by I, that will give us the value of dx. Now let us look into the solution part. The procedures I have already discussed in the previous sessions also. So the class intervals values has to be converted into mid values to consider the values of x and y. So now we have to calculate the mid values for each class interval values, and then the second step is to assume dx and dy. Here dx is assumed as 65 and dy is assumed as 25. So that is about the second step. And the third step here refers to the calculation of dx and dy. That is same as the previous problem, that is 45 x minus x bar, 45 minus 65, that is 20 minus 10, that is the class interval gap, will give us minus 2. The same method, 55 minus 65 divided by 10, that is minus 1. In the same way, the dx has to be calculated. The same procedure has to be followed for dy calculation, that is 5 minus 25, that is 20 minus 20 minus 20 divided by the class interval gap, that is 10. So 20 minus 10, that is 2, that is minus 2 here. So the same calculation has to be followed for each column values of dy. So now we have obtained dx and dy, and the bold line that you can see in the table, all those are the frequencies which is inside the bold lines, and the values in the brackets are f dx dy, that I will discuss in the later part. So we have obtained dx and dy now. So the next step is to calculate the total frequencies, that is each row has to be totaled and each column has to be totaled, and all these totaled values are the total frequencies, that is 9 plus 6 12, 20 10 4, that will give us 34, 12 5 and 3, that is 20. These are the row wise totals, and in the column 9 6 plus 20 and 10 plus 12 plus 8, that is 30. So in this way we will be totaling the column values also, and then the intersecting sum, that is when we total the frequencies in the column and also the row, the value of frequencies will be same, that is 100. In this case we can denote it as n. So now we have obtained the frequencies of each row and each column. Now to calculate f dx, that is frequency into dx value, we should multiply the frequency values in each row into the dx of each row, that is 12 into minus 2, that will give us f dx, 12 into minus 2, that is 24, 34 into minus 1, that is 34. So in this way frequency into dx will give us f dx, and when we consider the column values, frequency into dy will give us f dy values. Now the next step is to calculate the fdx square and fdy square. Fdx square can be obtained in this way, that is fdx, we already have fdx here, that is minus 24, say minus 24 into dx, that is fdx into dx will give us fdx square. Minus 24 into minus 2, that is 48. So in the same way we should obtain each fdx square values of the row, and we should obtain sigma fdx square. When this procedure is followed in the vertical format, then we can arrive at fdy square, that is minus 18, that is fdy into minus 2, that is dy. Minus 18 into minus 2, that is 36. So these are the fdy square values, and when we compute all these values of the column, we can obtain sigma fdy square, that is 133. Now we have got almost all the values which is required for the calculation, and the last step is to compute f into dx into dy. That is, we should compute f dx dy for each cell within the bold lines. So let us compute f dx dy of the first cell, first cornered cell, that is where the frequency is 9. So 9 is the frequency of the particular cell, that is f. F into dx, that is 9 into minus 2 of the same row, that is 9 into minus 2, that is minus 18. F into dx complete ಆಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ. So 9 into minus 2 into minus 2, that is dy. F into dx into dy. So that will give us 36. Okay, so in the same way we should compute f dx dy of the rows and also the columns, and then the values in the bracket has to be totaled, and which is called as f dx dy of the particular row or the column. That is, here the bracket values of the first row of within the bold line, that is 36 plus 6, that is 42. So that is the value of f dx of that particular row. In the same way, we should total the values in each row and each column, and we will obtain sigma f dx dy. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಫ್ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿ ವೈ ರೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಸರಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಫ್ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿ ವೈ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ರೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಕಾಲಮ್, ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ should always be the same. So here it is 111. So this is the value of sigma f dx dy. Okay, when we substitute all these values into the equation, we will arrive at the coefficient of correlation. We should substitute the values in the above formula, and we will arrive at r is equal to 0.7767. So this will be the value of correlation. So as it is 0.77, the value of correlation is a moderate degree of positive correlation. So the analysis will be, there is a high degree of positive correlationship between x and y values in the present problem. Thank you.